Hi friends, welcome to my channel Learning with Joy. So today we'll be learning about how to read the data from delimited files like CSV files, text files. Okay, so how to read the data using Talend from delimited files from one path and load it into some table or some other path. So today we'll be learning how to read it from one path and load it into other path. Okay, the delimited files. So today's I have one file. Okay, for example, I have taken a customer details file. It's a delimited file with 5 fields, and this is some of the data. Okay, so the customer details, ID, name, city, and date of birth I have taken as a sample data. Okay, so this is in a path. Okay, in my system I have stored it in one path, so I'll be taking the data from here and load it into some other path. Okay, using Talend. So let's quickly go into this and I'll show you two methods. Okay, so the one which for practicing and all, like for the actual topic and how to understand it for the practice beginners, and the second one will be like in projects and all, how we will be using them, like mostly using a method I'll tell you. Okay, the first one is built-in schema. So I hope you everyone know the schema and all. Schema as in the structure of this particular file. Okay, so the structure is ID, name, city, date of birth. Okay, so the schema, and the second one will be metadata. So first let's focus on the schema. Right now what I'll do, I'll just deactivate this current subjob. Okay, so this is the schema, first subjob. For reading the data from the delimited file, first thing is you need to have t file input delimited component. Okay, so the t file input delimited component is the component which you will be using to read the data from CSV files or text files. Okay, first and foremost step what you need to do is first you need to edit the schema as in, so I have 4 columns, so I'll just give the names of the 4 columns. Okay, right, at first it will be empty, so adding it will add, okay, this plus button, and you need to give what type of data type it is, and if it any date is there, so what is the date pattern you have in your file, that should be mentioned here. Okay, the second one is the path. So my particular customer details txt file is in this path, so I have used it. Okay, so that path you need to give it there. The third one is the separator. So each row is being separated by slash, and that is it is in the next line. So slash n represents next line. Field separator, if you see here, I have each field is separated by a comma. Okay, so I have given the field separator as comma. Finally, a header. So my file consists of a header, the column names. Okay, so that is the header. So I have given the first line is the header line. Right, if any empty rows are there by mistake or something, there will be some rows which will be empty, so I'm telling them to skip those empty rows. Okay, then die on error. So any error in reading this file, so this component shows there is some error while you run the job. Okay, this is the first step. Now the second one is I'm connecting this to the tmap. In tmap no major operations are happening, just I'm loading this 4 columns into the output one. Okay, here you need to just be precise and sure about the date patterns what you are mentioning. So in my field, in my file, it is month, date and year, so here also I'm mentioning it month, date and year. Okay, finally it will be loading it into the output file, so we'll be using t file output delimited. Okay, so in this only 2 to 3 steps you need to do. One is you need to choose the path where it should be saved. Okay, the name and the path and the name CSV file. Okay, next, same as the input one, the row should be separated by slash n, each row should be with the next line, and the field separator you need to separate it with a comma or a semicolon or whichever is as per your requirement. Then main thing is you need to check this include header. So because in our input file we have a header, so I'm including that in the output also. Okay, and the schema, if you just click sync columns, automatically those all columns, the schema will come into the output one also. Okay, so we are ready to run this job. I hope it's clear. So right, so 5 rows we have and it is being loaded into the output. So my path is this one, so I'll quickly go there and see the output file is generated. If you see here, ID, name, city and date of birth, everything came here as it is. Okay, right, so this is about the built-in schema. Okay, now I'm activating the metadata one. So I'll quickly tell you why metadata is important, like why it is widely used. So in projects, if you see, this customer details is used in many jobs. Okay, and we're using this particular customer details thing in so many jobs. So it will be hectic for us to create the schemas in each job every single time. So what we'll be doing is we'll be creating a metadata here with all the details whatever we have given previously. Okay, so just the file path, and then what are all the separators, everything, header, and these all things will automatically create it and put it here. So whenever we require it in any job, what we'll do, we'll just drag and drop it, and we'll mention the t file input delimited, which I have already done. Okay, so these all comes automatically pre-filled because we have filled it here. Okay, next the steps goes the same. So in the t map it is the same. Okay, and the output also is the same. I have given it here, row separator, include header, sync columns. See, all the schemas, those all will come here, right? So now let's quickly run this job. Okay, see the 5 columns have come here. Now let's see the out2 is also being created. The same thing happens with this also. Okay guys, I hope it was simple and easy for you to understand. Okay, so if you have any queries, please put it in the comment section, and please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Okay, many more contents will be coming. Okay, thank you guys, thank you for watching. Bye.